Hey, greetings out there. It's Dave Duford from Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. Again, today we're coming back at you with a little video entitled Replacement Artist. So, what is a replacement artist? Well, first of all, it's kind of a slur against independent agents that are made by captive agents, in the sense that in the perspective that these captive agents have is they go in Mildred's house and they look at their policies and do whatever they can to replace a policy. And the reason I'm putting this video together is because, like I said, I think it's a slur. I think it's something that is misunderstood. Maybe if you don't even know what this means, it's something that a lot of these captive agencies try to bowl over on agents to brainwash them from going independent and seeing what I would call the light side of the final expense business. So anyways, the whole reason that I'm here talking about this is because I had this little comment here that ironically was pulled off of one of my videos called The Truth About the Final Expense Business. If you haven't read that or listened to that video, please do. It's one of my most popular YouTube videos for final expense, and the reason I did it is because it goes into excruciating detail about a lot of the things about final expense that nobody ever spends time to describe. Because a lot of these ragtag organizations recruit if you got a pulse or if you can fog this mirror, and they'll tell you all the downsides to working with a particular agency because you wouldn't know better. And they know that and take advantage of that. So the video does a good job of explaining that. So I actually got a comment from somebody on that video, and which was pulled down. But let me read the comment to you, and then I'm going to give you a little more background on this. So the comment says, "Replacement is such bullshit. 78 million baby boomers. It's enough business out there for all companies. Only replacement artists and people with no place to go worry about replacement. It's not enough." Signed, some dude on YouTube. So, what do I think about this? Well, first thing I thought was, that sounds like one of these captive agencies that are all over the place. If you listen to my videos, you know I referred to them as the company that's named after an American president. I'll let you think about which one that is. So, I did a little research. Took me 2 minutes to find out this dude works with a company that's named after a final expense president, named after a president. And it was the exact same company that a lot of my warnings are based off of. And I couldn't be surprised. And so why would somebody say this, okay? Because first of all, these companies, these captive companies, they only offer one particular carrier, all right? They go in there, they talk to Mildred, and they know what company to grab. And usually they throw in a bunch of fluff and what I would call, sales bullshit to try to convince Mildred to buy her stuff, like we call the Funeral Consumer Guardian program, designed to basically negotiate the price of a funeral to justify the enormously high prices that these companies offer. And so, understandably, if you sell one company, you can't be the best to every prospect that you see as far as the value of coverage and the price. So why wouldn't you be upset when somebody comes behind you and replaces your crappy plan? Because you didn't do the job the first time. So they write this stuff on there because they really aren't competitive in any other way. They have to concoct some sales bull to try to sell and pitch their garbage. So why is a replacement artist? That's why they call us replacement artists. We're replacement artists because we go in there and we find the weakness and we take advantage of that. So why? What is the right way to do this business? You know, if you come in, it does suck to get replaced. Every agent does eventually, whether they know it or not. They're going to get replaced. It's just part of this business. But the reason why you have to be a replacement artist in this business is because several reasons. Number one, there are so many different companies, and the market shifts every 3 to 6 months anyway, with new products, with lowered or increased pricing, with different underwriting situations. So you have to have the tools for all the tool bag, or the tool bag for all the different tools that are out there. If you just have one tool, you take a hammer to screw something into the wall, well, you're not going to get the job done. And so with final expense, being an independent agent and having access to different tools or different carriers is how you get the job done the most efficiently and the most effectively. And so in the final expense business, when somebody comes in and uses, again this term, a hammer to screw something into the wall, it's probably not going to be the best solution. And so the replacement artist comes in, they look at the job that was done by the last guy, and they suggest an alternative solution, which usually results in a better price or more coverage for the same price. Obviously, that's assuming that the person who's doing the replacement is ethical. Clearly, there are agents that will replace their own grandma's coverage for something that's worse off. Okay, and so it can't be understated that everybody who replaces is ethical, but that doesn't mean that everybody who sells for these captive organizations is ethical either. The point is just because you're replacing doesn't mean you're a bad guy. Okay, if you go into it though, and you do lead with the concept of wanting to get your client the best option for their bottom dollar, that is what the client appreciates. Why do they appreciate that? Because all we deal with in the final expense business are people on a fixed income 90% of the time. We're talking about people that literally are making $700, $800 a month, all right? $1,100, $1,200 a month. They ain't making a killing, all right, guys? And so if you can provide something that saves them $10, $15 a month, or $150 to $250 a year, or if the captive guy sold a $5,000, but now I can get him an $8,000 for the same price, I am doing something better than what the last guy did. There's nothing scandalous about that. Even though there's millions of baby boomers out there, the bottom line is that we all want the best deal in whatever it is that we're buying. Life insurance, a printer, a computer, a house. We want the best deal. And we're going to work to find, if we have our own self-interest in mind, we're going to work to find the guy that's going to do the job. Okay? And so that's why it's so dangerous that if you work for these captive companies and you don't have some ultra unique approach to selling this stuff, you are going to get replaced when I come behind you. Because everybody in this market, all the prospects we see, we can pretty much guarantee with the saturation of leads and marketing out there that they are going to send another card in or respond to another telemarketing call. And there's going to be somebody who's going to come behind and at least inspect what you did and see if there's a hole in it. And I know for a fact, it doesn't matter how good you are, what your pitch is, what sales gimmicks you use to try to close the deal. If Mildred has a car breakdown 6 months from now, and that guy walks in at the right time and she needs to save money, I guarantee you, it doesn't matter how great of a guy you are, 9 out of 10 times you're going to get canned, and the new guy's going to replace you, especially if you took advantage of a situation where you sold a rip-off product. So I'm glad to be a replacement artist. If you're an independent agent, you should be too, because it's all about doing the right job for the customer, getting them the best value and the best price. And we've been talking about price, but the other aspect, the other side of it is value. A lot of these plans through these captive companies don't have flexible underwriting. So what ends up happening is you can come in there many times, get them a better price and start their coverage sooner. If they're on a 2-year wait, you can get them immediate coverage or partial coverage depending on their health. Whereas the guy that's captive, he's offering a substandard product to their customer, and he's walking out of there calling me a replacement artist. He's slurring me. What am I supposed to do? Not give this person a better deal, or at least show them the other side of the coin? So, somebody who says that is desperate. They know their inherent weakness, and they're trying to pass it along to somebody else, the blame that they're ineffective out there in the field and they can't get the job done. So that's why I filmed this video, because every agent in this business that goes independent should focus on being a replacement artist, as long as the replacement is ethical and in the best interest of the customer, and they both know the pros and the cons, if there are any, of switching over and what that would mean as far as the outcome goes. So my name is Dave Duford from Final Expense Agent Mentor at feagentmentor.com. If you like what I say, please give me the thumbs up. If you don't like what I say, you can thumb me down. That's cool. And then explain why in the comment bar below, and I'll be happy to engage you. But check my website out for a lot of articles, videos, content. Make sure you subscribe to my videos for the new videos I release pretty much every week. And again, thanks so much for listening. Take care.